So,
You're going.
good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the SD17 Caucus. We're going to make this fairly quick for you.
Where you want? Sit down here.
We've got a couple of things that need to be accomplished today. Number one, we have to elect a temporary chair that will run the meeting for you, and we'll have to elect a temporary secretary. And so let's see if we can get those two items out of the way right ahead. Felicia?
I nominate Gail Stolzenberg as temporary chair.
All right.
Second.
Any other nominations?
I'll second that.
No second needed. Any other nominations? Any other nominations? You say it three times.
I can't vote.
Then it's going to be by acclamation, okay? Next, I'd like to nominate Lauren Heath as our temporary secretary.
Second.
Any other nominations?
Second.
Any other nominations? Any other nominations? Okay, that's concluded. The next thing we have on the agenda is to elect a Senatorial District 17 chair. And I've got the pleasure of Marlon making a nomination.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. This will come as no surprise to many of you, but it's my honor to nominate James Clayton. Can you hear me? James Clayton. James ran a great SD convention.
You don't have speeches next. You just nominate.
Well, okay.
Are there any other nominations?
Didn't mean to take your time, Gail.
Oh, that's all right. Any other nominations? Any other nominations? Okay, we don't have to have a nominating speech. So, James Clayton will be your new, he's not here. So, actually, he's in Alaska.
May not come back.
So, he'll come back.
It's cooler up there.
So I'll go ahead and conduct the meeting in the interim. So,
Mr. Chairman, just for rule's sake, James did accept the nomination.
Yeah.
yes, I have it in writing that he said, if nominated, I will serve. Okay. Next, we need to check on the individuals in the room, and we'll do that with a, Lauren will start, that's why I had you get to be a secretary first. She'll start by calling the roll call.
Jack M. Jones,
Well, let's see.
Dennis Griffith, Jade Milton, Walter Zivley, Z-I-V-L-E-Y.
Is that all right?
A little louder.
I'm gonna step out in the hallway to make sure there's none of them out there.
All right.
Meg Wheatley, Sarah Erdos, Gilda, I'm here. Susan Rutherford, here.
Start
Alicia Cantrell, here. Tom Manis, Buffy Ingersoll, John Watson, Amy Liebman, here. Daniel DeVos, Cloud Roundtree.
Here.
I apologize if I mispronounce people's names, I'm sorry. Precinct 312, Mike Polsey. 356, Wade Sherman. James Clayton is not here. 385, Chuck Rushing. 395, Sheila Bernhard. Here. 434, Sandy Denenberg. 435, Trish Terry. Here. 437, Roman Klein.
Here.
438, Patrick Carpenter. 443, Thomas Arbore.
Here.
444, Eric Daniel Vasquez. 461, Barbara Denson. Here. 491, Judy Ottman. Here. 492, Eli Robert Huffman III. 509, Gail Stolzenberg. Here.
Present.
510, David Lankenfeld. 522, Dory, I saw you, yes. 547, Newell Cheatham. 569, Jason Murphy. 572, Bill. I'm sorry, I'm butchering. Mick, C-U-I-S-T-I-O-N. 625, Jim McSpadden.
Here.
626, Janice Mack McMillian. 644, Jason Roper. 711, Carl Fiffner. 720, Diana Lopez. 730, Joseph McReynolds. 761, Cheryl Dalton. 899, Marlon Williford.
Here.
946, Christina Denham. 973, Ron Carr.
Here.
1029, Stephen Smith. 1054, Felicia Craven.
Here.
1086, Eric Coach Havlick. Erica Coach Havlick. Okay, 1087, Bob Simichek.
Here.
1102, David Velasquez. Sorry. And then myself, 1112. Did I miss anybody? No? Okay.
What's our total now?
18, 19, 20, 21. We have 21 present?
We have a quorum. Our next order of business is the standing committees. These are HCRP committees that we are going to elect individuals to. I've talked with James Clayton about the folks that he has talked with about serving on the committee. The first committee is vacancy, and the nominee is Bob Simichek. Are there any other nominations? Are there any other nominations? Any other nominations? Let's congratulate Bob Simichek.
Sorry.
Our next committee is rules. And Gilda Bayon, Gilda, is the nominee. Are there any other nominations? Are there any other nominations? Any other nominations? None? Congratulate Gilda Bayon. Next committee is candidates. The nominee is Judy Ottman. Everybody knows Judy. Any other nominations? Any other nominations? Any other nominations? Judy, congratulations. Local government, Lauren Keese. Any other nominations? Any other nominations? Any other nominations? Congratulate Lauren Keese as local government committee. Financial oversight. Newell Cheatham is not present, but he's accepted the nomination. So Newell Cheatham currently serves as the Financial Oversight Committee. Any other nominations? Any other nominations? Any other nominations? Newell is the new, or is the returning Financial Oversight Committee. Then we go to the appointments. The first, whatever it was, there are 5 are ones that are required by the bylaws to be elected individuals to the standing committees. The rest I'm talking about are ones that the newly elected chairman, James Clayton, appoints. So we start with judicial recruitment and screening. He's appointed Bob Simichek. Training and development, he's and she currently runs the training and development committee. Kristen McCarty has been appointed. Engagement, Judy Ottman has been appointed. Ballot security, I served the last few years on ballot security.
How many years?
So James,
How many?
James thought he ought to appoint himself for ballot security too, so James is on ballot security. Vice Chair,
On the judicial recruitment and screening,
yes.
I told James to remove my name because I'm down working with Central Count.
Oh.
And I'm really busy with that on the counting and everything else, so anybody else would like to step up for that,
I
it's a
appreciate
very
you
good job.
Appreciate you letting me know
So I
before
have-
I appointed you.
I've got a
So-
question after.
Well, I was interested in that job too, cause I do the work with the judicial committee.
I'm sorry?
I said I'd be interested in that.
Oh, you would be,
I do work with
okay.
the judicial committee.
Hold on a second.
You wanna be on there?
Which committee is
Well,
it?
I think.
I've got this list,
Cindy Siegel.
Which one?
and it says who has to be a precinct chair, and
So we
that's
have
not on the list.
Yes, she got you on there.
Just real
So,
quick.
go ahead, Judy.
Okay, I'm sorry. So with the engagement committee, so Cindy Siegel had officially appointed me, that I was her chair appointment to be
Yeah.
on that committee. So I think I'm already on it for her appointment, so then there would be an opening here in the
Right.
SC 17.
Okay,
So I don't need to take
so
on
we have an
those
appointment,
spots.
first of
Yeah.
all, for the judicial screening and, not excuse me, the
Judicial recruitment screening.
recruitment and screening, and James will make that appointment, okay? This is not nomination time.
Yeah, you might let him know that
These
Nancy
are
wants to-
appointments time, but we'll let James know that both the judicial screening and the engagement,
Yes.
we have opportunity to have 2 more people
Yes.
that he can appoint,
SC
okay?
17.
I just told you he was appointing himself as ballot security, and he's appointed for vice chairperson, he's appointed Lauren Heese. Will you accept, Lauren?
Yes, thanks.
Okay, she'll accept that. And for secretary, he is appointed Barbara Denson. Our current secretary, reappointed as secretary. And that's, yes, you have a
Oh,
question, sir?
I'm already on the ballot integrity, ballot security, so, but.
Yeah.
That's all right.
Yeah, that, you're on there as a appointment from the chair. This is from SD 17.
Oh.
Okay.
So we get 2 on there.
Yeah,
So,
that was my.
sometimes we're lucky and we end up with 2.
Okay.
Okay, that concludes all of those. Let me see what else I have on the list here. That says the Senatorial District 17 Executive Committee for Harris County adjourned at, is there a motion for adjournment?
So move.
Second.
So move and seconded,
And,
and, yes, Dave?
you've appointed me and Judy to be the mentorship committee. Can we speak for a moment?
Yes, that is
Yes. Good point, yeah.
that's a thank you, David. That is a committee that we, have just started. They were in a hurry to get it put together, and so I made the appointments, okay? My last official duty before you just canned me. But, each SD has been asked to appoint 2 people from, their SD district to serve on the mentoring committee. This is, you heard Cindy talk about it a little bit earlier, and what they're going to be doing. Training and Development Committee's got the responsibility for training the precinct chairs, and they're working on it, okay? But in addition to that, Cindy has started a mentoring committee, and that mentoring committee is going to be kind of touching base and making sure that the precinct chair is getting the training they needed and being able to make the contacts they needed and serve as a mentor This is not a coach, this is not a trainer, this is a mentor, someone that can tell them how to go through the ropes. So I have appointed Dave Lampenfield and Kristen McCarty to serve. Kristen's already been doing the mentoring, and Dave's got a strong interest in that category. So I've appointed those two individuals to serve.
I think it's me, Gail, for the
I'm-
mentor.
Judy's mentoring.
Kristen McCarty.
No, it was
No,
Judy.
Kristen.
Kristen's
mentoring.
training and development, and Judy Hoffman
Yeah.
is, and David.
Kristen's already doing
mentoring.
Yeah, she's doing training and
I'm
development.
sorry, what is the question?
Oh, Kristen's doing the training and development, so she's doing the mentoring.
I've got the mentor.
Judy's doing mentoring. I think you just said it in reverse, that's all.
Oh,
It's okay. I think we got it.
If you turn around, it's right.
You know, what's on the board's right.
Yeah.
We're
The
good.
secretary knew what you meant.
maybe that's what it's supposed to be, okay.
Good job.
I'll have to straighten that out with Kristen, okay. All right, yes.
A point of order, there are other committees. I'm wondering if other people here who are not on a committee might like to be elected before we adjourn.
Oh, what committee are you speaking of, sir?
One of them is the military committee that goes A through M, I think.
Oh, those,
So,
those are all appointees of the chair, sir.
Can you
This is-
list,
You've elected all the people you're gonna elect today.
can you list
I can list the ones that are.
That's all that's
so that
elected.
people know
And-
if they want to apply,
So,
what they are, in case you want to.
any other committee, you'll have to talk with the chair.
It's on the link from Cindy, by the way, so you can go look them up if you want to see it. It was at that email she sent. It had a link describing them.
Does that help you?
Sure.
Okay.
Training and development is one of them.
I'm sorry?
Training and development is one of the committees.
That one is,
Military partnership.
that's Kristen McCarty. Yeah.
Can I speak for a moment?
Okay?
You new precinct chairs, talk to most of you, talk to me or Judy, we want to make sure that you have.
Dave, come up here so we can speak to all of them.
If you're a new precinct chair, we talked to most of you, talk to Judy or I before we leave today. We want to get you connected and plugged in so that you can have fun and be successful. So you're not out there all alone. So we'll work with you for the training you need, the people you need to partner up with, the groups that you can attend. So make sure you talk to us before you leave.
Thank you, sir. SD 17 has 3 new chairs. We have 93 new chairs. So, maybe you guys are satisfied with having open precincts. I don't know.
How many in
But if you're not satisfied with having open precincts, maybe you'll help find precinct chairs to work in those precincts.
There are 27 open.
27 people we need for those precincts. Yes, Nancy?
Could we have the new precinct chairs introduce themselves?
Yes, that's coming up next. Okay.
How many precincts do we have total in SDC?
We have 88 precincts altogether, sir.
A third of them are.
80, only 80 have people living there.
That's right.
So there's 8 that are just there
Ghosts.
for future, they're placeholders.
Well, I guess I could be on my horse for a minute. What's the first obligation of a precinct chair?
Get votes.
You saw it. It was listed right up there.
Get out the vote.
Cindy put it up there for you with a big list of what the responsibilities are. What is the first responsibility of a precinct chair?
Get out the vote.
Get out the vote.
The first responsibility of a precinct chair is to organize the precinct.
Right.
Yeah.
Yes, part of the work is doing the block walking and, you know, everything we need to get folks elected and all that kind of stuff. There's a dozen different responsibilities of a precinct chair. you should have gotten that when you went through the vacancy committee approval there, but the number one is organizing the precinct. So, most of you, almost all of you, are precinct chairs. How many of you have a vice chair? A show of hands. 4, 5?
I got
5?
two. Got two.
You have 2 vice chairs? Okay. We just count one. So, 5. Now, how about the rest of you guys? Are you gonna have a vice chair? And are you gonna have a 10-member committee? Because none of this stuff, like block walking, I don't block walk a whole lot. I was number 3 or 4 in the top block walkers. We've got a problem there. How can we ask these other people to support our candidates and all the rest if we're not out there doing the job? So, folks, I can't talk to you anymore. James is gonna have to talk to you a bit, but we need to get people out doing their job, because otherwise we're not gonna win in November. It won't happen. If you don't have your precinct organized, and you're not getting out there and getting the voters and so on, it's not gonna happen. So, that's all the preaching I'll do today. Anything else that you guys would like to bring before we adjourn?
Introduction, the new chairs.
Oh, you wanna know who's here?
Well, just if they can see them.
I'll go.
Yeah, sorry.
Oh, the new ones, I'm sorry.
The new ones,
Yes.
yeah.
Please.
Amy Lehman, precinct chair 274.
And where is that?
Yeah, what area of town?
I live just off of Memorial, between Antoine and Silver. So, not quite into the villages,
Okay.
the city of Houston.
Good area.
And I took, Bill Frazier was the precinct chair.
Good. And before you leave, contact Dave, would you?
Yes. and
Good.
I've already talked to him and
All right.
to Judy.
Excellent. All right. So,
Welcome, Amy.
Who's next? Yes.
I'm Trish Terry, I'm in 435, sworn in today, but I've been block walking for a couple of years, and I've been working with Dave, and I've heard your name a million times. Amy, we've talked before, we've talked.
And where's your area?
Tanglewood.
And who recommended you?
Who recommended me? I applied.
Okay.
For precinct
No,
chair.
that's fine. That's fine. It's just nice when somebody, one of the group here recommends you.
No, I met everybody after I started.
Excellent. Okay. Who else do we have?
Go ahead.
We'll get to you in a minute.
Okay, I thought we were just
Charlotte,
reading.
227, that's River Oaks, I'll just tell you where it is. The boundaries are basically Buffalo Bayou on the north side of Shepherd Drive, and on the east of San Felipe, on the south of Willowwick, on the west. River Oaks, close to Susan. Susan, Bill Moore was the precinct chair previous, I went before the vacancy. And, I'm excited to be here.
Excellent.
Nice to meet everyone.
Did you bring a guest with you?
Oh, I did, this is my vice chair. Already for the vice chair.
Bob knows it.
My husband.
Okay. Last but not least.
Hi.
Barbara.
Barbara Denson, precinct 461, taking Nancy Scott's precinct. Nancy first said to me 2 years ago it was that you went up when I had that talk up in Tomball, said, "You're gonna replace me as precinct chair." And we started about a year ago building our block walk teams. We've got now 16 block walk captains, but our precinct is ginormous. We've got actually over 5,000 people. I think we'll end up splitting it up. So we actually need about twice that many and are working on it. So I was excited to be doing this. Thanks.
My name is.
Yes, Roman?
No, go ahead.
Oh.
My name is Ron Carr.
Yes, sir.
And it's 973, and it's Spring Branch. It's a large portion of Spring Branch, in between Bingle and Voss in that area. And
So headquarters is in your precinct?
Yes.
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 Right
Yes.
down the street.
And this is my wife, Mary Carr. Her and I have lived and raised our family in Spring Branch since 1973. And I was nominated by Buffy Ingersoll. And my adopted precinct is 424, which is bordered by Silver Road and Bingle, so it's close by. I started out as adopted precinct lead and did block walking within 424, learned a whole lot of information, but I did not enter it into Advantage. I would like to make one of my startup goals is to get the results of my block walking in 424 added to Advantage. I'm looking forward to working the bonfire application. Hope to be able to utilize that for, I've already got a newsletter put together, and I'd like to get the newsletter introducing me and start right in my immediate block with all of the hard Republicans right there in our neighborhood. So anyway, I'm excited to be here and looking forward to getting started.
Glad to have you, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah, I'm Tom Gray. I'm in 443, which is Hillshire Village. And I think it was occupied by Michael Altenrith, if I'm pronouncing that right.
Okay.
But before that, it was vacant. That's when I noticed.
Right.
What are those cross streets? I'm just trying to place it.
It's work in I-10, Westview, and next to Spring Valley.
Dixon Drive actually connects Westview to Warwick. I grew up there, so I know all about that.
Right.
Nice area.
Very good. We'll
Is that
get you
it?
added to the newsletter. One of the things, we got another one.
No, I'm not new.
Oh, I'm sorry. Mr.
Yeah, hold your horses,
Yeah.
Ramen.
Hi, I'm Doris Alicio. I'm in 522 out in the hinterlands of Katy, in close to James's, precinct, but not next door to it.
All right.
So, just happy to be here. Thank
Which number again?
522?
522, okay, you're just east of me.
Did you
Okay.
mention, how you've been involved for 4 years and all that?
Well, you just did.
So if all of you, we'll be finished in a minute, if all of you will
Dory does the
get
west
hold of
side.
Dave Lampenfield and he'll kind of guide you. Yes, sir.
I just want to make sure one of the things that you first start with is make sure you get a name tag, and the place is right over there by headquarters, so you can drop by and order one and get that, because that's always nice to be identified by.
Also, I'm a new chair.
Oh! So,
yes.
when I moved.
But you've been around forever.
Just a second, Nancy, I had to cover this lady. When I moved from Nancy Scott's precinct, by the way, 2 times the outstanding Harris County Precinct Chair, Nancy Scott. Let's give her I only spent 17 years in Nancy's precinct, but I learned a lot during that period. And so I moved out West Houston or East Katy, whichever you call it. Either way, I don't pay city taxes, but it was precinct 509. The precinct chair was Felicia Cravens. And of course, when I moved there, I looked her up, and she said, "Why don't you be chair, and I'll take care of the elections." I said, "Okay, that's all right." So we went through the redistricting. We had over 5,000 voters in precinct 509, and so they chopped it. Well, they may have had somewhat of a, this is the Democrats we're talking about here, somewhat of a vendetta against me. the south part of the territory, got all the homes and the good solid Republicans and so on. I got 200 Republicans, 200 Democrats, and about 1,600 apartment dwellers, or independents, I think they call them.
Unknowns.
They never vote, I know that much, anyway. So, I don't have as much of a job anymore. We went through a couple of precinct chairs, which was now 1054, the bottom half, and finally Felicia said, well, I better jump back in, and so, would you introduce yourself now?
You've seen, if you were in the meeting and you don't know me yet, I'm parliamentarian. I run rapid response team at headquarters on election day. So if you're the election judge, I'm the person you're going to be calling up at headquarters to help you navigate dealing with bad Democrat judges or voters with issues or anything like that. And I decided I'd rather not just sit up there and take, notes and read my stuff. I want to vote too, so I came back.
I got the other one.
Thank you. Oh, I forgot to add, I'm gonna get in trouble for this. My wife has helped me so much with precinct chair duties, and she is volunteer at HCRP headquarters, and she volunteers as a receptionist up front, so that's me.
Your last thing, thank you for doing that job. I know how hard it is.
How you doing?
Each one of the central districts has a representative on the board of directors. They don't call it the board of directors. It's called SREC, which is the State Republican Executive Committee. And our representative there is Roman Klein. Roman, would you come up and say a few words with your state?
Well, I didn't prepare any words, but to follow on Bob's recommendation, I would also recommend you get a business card. I use them a lot, and they don't cost very much. And I've gone through thousands of them already now because I've been doing this for about 20 years. The other thing I'd recommend is that if you haven't gotten email lists or texting lists from your predecessors, you need to try to get it if they have one, or you have to make one. I wouldn't rely on this system that's available here. You can use the system, but it's going to be easiest if you, at least in my opinion, if you create your own list. I've only got 2,200 voters in my precinct. I have 1,200 email lists, and I got 500 phone numbers. So I pretty much cover it. This last time around, I sent 3 times emails to the voters, and I got about a 15% return, people that actually voted. So I'm on the SREC. We meet once a quarter. I'll report on occasion about what goes on over there in Austin, but the idea is to take on issues that the party is dealing with. And we get very active, particularly during the legislative session, which is going to come up again in the spring. We're all on committees, and the committees will work on legislation that is important to us, like the legislative priorities. So if you got anything you want me to be hounding, or you got any questions, just get a hold of me. Thank you.
Thanks, Ron.
Okay. Becky Green's not here, but each one of the FDs has a male and a female representative on the state executive committee. Everybody get one of those handouts?
Yep.
Okay. There's some extra ones if you need them. Anything else that you'd like to? This may be the shortest meeting we've ever had. Yes, Jim.
I'd like to give a hand to the people who have joined us. The ones who did sign.
All of our new precinct chairs. Fantastic.
Yeah, I think we should give a hand to Gail for the work he's done. He's been just tremendous.
It's not me, it's you guys. You understand that? And that's what's going to win in November. So, okay. What is it?
You gonna let me talk?
I'm sorry, ma'am.
You gonna let me talk?
Oh, all right.
She's going to talk.
And finally, Nancy Scott.
Okay, I just wanna let
Oh, wait a minute. You have to come up here, ma'am. I can't hear you from back there.
Okay.
Actually, they can't see you from back there.
Just wanna let y'all know, particularly the new ones and some of the resources that you have. I run the West Side headquarters, and if you're not familiar with it, you really need to become familiar with it. Mary, these two people have volunteered there. It's at Benignus and I-10. I used to say it's next to Jason's Deli, but they have closed. And they've opened a new restaurant, so they took my great big Republican sign marquee off, so I'm working on getting a new one back up. But we are at Benignus and I-10. If you can remember that, where our Office Depot is, just go across the street. We're gonna officially open July, I think it's the 24th is a Saturday. I believe I've got the right date for our grand opening. And we will be open 5 days a week until we get closer to the election, and we'll be open 6 days a week. We have volunteers, we always accept more volunteers, but what we have there is everybody's signs, everybody's literature. You can have any meetings there, it's open, it's a grassroots office. So it's all for the public, Republicans, and for all the candidates and all the elected officials. So if you want to have a program there, if you have any suggestions of something you want done there, if you have a suggestion for something you feel like we need to provide, I'm always open to suggestions. And the signs you see all around the county that are made, they're made out of that office, and they come from the ideas that you give me. So I just want you to be aware of that. And then you also, out of this SD, we have an advisory board. And on that, we have Jeb Strickland and I are appointees, and then James will be your SD representative. So this SD has 3 people on the advisory board. So if there's anything you want to bring up on that, you're on it now too?
I'm on honorary member as the,
but you're not a voting member.
No, not a voting member, but I get to be in the room.
She'll be in the room.
Anyone can be in the room.
Any one of you can attend the advisory board meetings.
Cause you're like,
No, she brought me even before I was elected, just so I could see what went on. Anyone is allowed it, you just can't talk.
Any precinct chair is allowed to come to all advisory board meetings. The only thing that we hold you to is if we go into an executive session, since you're part of the executive committee, you can still remain in the room, but you cannot discuss anything that is discussed at the executive sessions. Thank you. I'm getting old, and that's why I'm turning it over to her.
And I'm gonna say, you know, they always say when you take over a new position, the best thing is if you follow someone like there wasn't anyone there, or they're really terrible. I'm gonna say I really screwed up big time.
No, you didn't. This woman is already dynamite. I'm just so impressed. I'm just so excited about the precinct and what she's going to be doing for her, and what she is already doing for her. So I think I had something else, but I don't remember what it was. So
it was important.
It wasn't. Oh, I do remember what it was. We're voting for a lot of judges this year. And Bob and I have put on a program called Dating with Judges. And you'll get invitations, and don't think, oh, this is some boring something. It's really a great, great program, and they've already approached me about having it again. And this will be done probably about September, October. But it'll be done before, early voting. And we have the judicial candidates, and we set them up, and I divide them up into the criminal courts, the civil courts,
family,
and then the others. And you're going to sit there. So you're the candidate, and we may have maybe 4 candidates here, and the rest of us are sitting this close to you, and you have interaction. You really, it works great. You get to talk to them, and they get to talk to you and learn from you. And the candidates they've been approaching me for a couple of months as to whether we're going to have it. But
then after 15 minutes, we blow the whistle and you switch to the other.
It's like speed dating.
Yes. So the candidates stay where they are, and the rest of us go to the next group.
Yeah.
But it really is great, and I would highly recommend that you come, and this will be posted with HCRP and be announced. But that's it.
Helps you with the down ballot.
It does, it helps very much with the down ballot, and, I mean, that's the only time the public gets to hear. I mean, I want grassroots people. I had an event a couple weeks ago. Bob brought his pulled pork, and, we had over 80 people for candidates. And on that one, I didn't want people like you and you. I wanted people who never got to meet candidates. And almost everybody there had never met a candidate. They'd come to the door. He said, all right, if I come in, am I at the right place? Is it okay to be here? Oh, you're just the one I want. So it was so exciting. And we had, you know, we were addressing more of the criminal security, judicial issues. So we had Bob, Dan, and Mike Knox, and Steve Raddick, and Terry Albritton, who is running for our constable, and most of y'all have never heard of him, but he's running for Precinct 5 to replace Ted Heap.
Is he still a precinct chair?
Alberton? No.
Did he bow out?
He had a bow out.
He came before vacancy, and he was a good candidate.
No, he had to resign. But he is going to be very good. He's highly recommended by both Ted and by Steve.
Let's give Nancy a
Hey,
big
Nancy.
One final thing, I forgot.
You gonna do my crochet?
Another appointment that James Clayton made. He had a good reference. She's the HCRP parliamentarian, and he appointed Felicia Cravens as the SD17 parliamentarian. If you go ahead and push that button again, Martin, I'd appreciate it, sir. I want to thank each and every one of you for being here. I've got one more question. Just go ahead and shut her down.